the package. What I really mean to say is, ain't no off season.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to No Offseason Media. And today I have a mock draft. It's a mock draft 2.0. It's better than the last one. As somebody who loves Masters and myself, I am so happy for this mock draft because it's based off of needs, values. The 49ers just traded up, so this entirely screwed up my mock draft. I love it because it's like an alternative reality. What if this happens? What if that happens? It just feels so much fun. Now I officially have my own mock draft where everybody goes based off of needs, values, and pretty much where I feel fit based off of schemes. First overall pick, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they need a face of the franchise. They went 1-15 last year. Obviously, their first need is a quarterback, and let's just get this one over with because we already know who the first overall pick is. With the first overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. The next pick is the Jets. Sure, 100% sure that the Jets will take a quarterback here. The Niners were going to trade with the Jets before they trade with Miami. And everybody knows that they're going to take a quarterback here because the Jets didn't want to trade down from 2 to 12 with the 49ers. They said, nope, we're going to stand pat. We want to take a quarterback here. So with the second pick, 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, BYU. With the third pick, this was Miami's pick. Now it's the San Francisco 49ers. They were at 12. They jump all the way to 3, gave up 2 first-round picks in the next couple of years. And I think they're going to move off Jimmy Garoppolo. This just makes too much sense. Hearing a lot of rumblings about Mac Jones' pro day and with Justin Fields' pro day, I find it kind of weird that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch went to Mac Jones' pro day, but didn't go to Justin Fields' pro day. That doesn't make any sense to me unless they already have enough faith in Justin Fields. But here's my thing why I think that the 49ers could take Mac Jones. The reason why the 49ers could take Mac Jones is because Mac Jones looks like Garoppolo. And the way the throwing style is of Garoppolo feels like Mac Jones to me. And they just want a healthier Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think they can get it with Mac Jones. And I think with Justin Fields, it can also go each way with Justin Fields as well too. Because back on the Washington football team back in 2012, the coach, Mike Shanahan, who was Kyle Shanahan's father, he drafted Robert Griffin III, and he has the same mobility like Justin Fields. So it can pretty much go neck and neck who they want to choose. But since we knew that the 49ers went to the pro day of Mac Jones, it just makes too much sense that the 49ers could take Mac Jones here. So the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 49ers select Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. This is surprising because it didn't make no sense why the 49ers traded up for this player. I think they just wanted to go based off of scheme and value. I think that they didn't want to lose Mac Jones potentially to Carolina. Next on the clock is the Atlanta Falcons, 4-12. They need a lot of work done. And I know Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator from the Tennessee Titans, it has molded his entire offense on the team. I think there is one player that would help Arthur Smith establish that type of scheme that he has. This player is just screaming at me. With the fourth pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida. The reason why I haven't taken Kyle Pitts is because he is a receiver type tight end. Now, what does that apply to Arthur Smith? Arthur Smith came from Tennessee. Tennessee was known for their great wide receiver in A.J. Brown and now newly acquired Jet, Corey Davis. But what do they run? They like 2 tight end set. Run the ball with Derrick Henry. Who do they have? Jonnu Smith, who is now a Patriot, and Delaney Walker, who is a free agent right now at the moment. What were their skill sets? They were known to be receiver type tight ends. That is what Arthur Smith loves. And he already has a receiver type tight end in Hayden Hurst. Lee Smith is just not that tight end. He's been bouncing around team. Last time I remember he was on the Raiders. Then he went to Buffalo and then he got traded to Atlanta. They need a tight end that can pretty much take the top off the defense. Once Julio gets the number 1 corner and Calvin Ridley gets the number 2 corner, that leaves Kyle Pitts with the 3rd or 4th best corner, and he's going to eat him up alive. So I think that the Falcons would take Kyle Pitts just because of the scheme of Arthur Smith when he was with Tennessee with Jonnu Smith and Delaney Walker. On the clock is the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals came off a 4-11-1 season without their franchise quarterback. They need to build around him now. And with the Bengals is that they don't want to screw it up like they did Carson Palmer and Andy Dalton when they were considered franchise quarterbacks. We don't want them to do that. You already messed up Andy Dalton when he didn't have Andrew Whitworth. He left via free agency to the Los Angeles Rams, and same thing with Carson Palmer. You don't build around. Carson Palmer actually won the league before he eventually got traded to the Raiders. Let's build around Joe Burrow. You need to build around your franchise guy. You saw him get hurt by Chase Young. You need to build around your quarterback. And why not get one of the two best left tackles? So with the 5th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Penei Sewell, tackle, Oregon. With the 6th pick is the Miami Dolphins. They are now on the clock. I think they believe in Tua. I think they do, even though the media takes it, the Dolphins at number 3, they're going to draft Lance. I never bought into all that because I was like, he's a rookie. Just build around him, give him some talent. I think they're in love with one of these wide receivers here. Think about it. Why would they trade from 12 knowing that everybody's going to trade up for a quarterback or a wide receiver? Just trade up back in the 6th. It was either because they were in love with Kyle Pitts or they love Jamar Chase. And I think they're going to take the LSU wide receiver because I told you in my video 2 weeks ago, LSU wide receivers work in the league. I think the Dolphins take the best wide receiver in this draft because that's why the reason why they traded back up, because they felt like they weren't going to get this player. So with the 6th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. The Detroit Lions are on the clock. They just acquired Jared Goff about a month ago and traded Matthew Stafford. And while they traded Matthew Stafford, they got Goff and they got 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick as well too. Now they're kind of like in a rebuild mode. Now they got a new head coach. Detroit's really in a bad spot here because they need a lot of help. Wide receiver, they lost Kenny Golladay, so now they need to fill up that void. Detroit needs a lot of help here. They need to establish a culture here, and I think they should go after a very physical wide receiver here. The reason why is because you're playing in an NFC North, in like the climate is very cold. Congratulations, you play in a dome, but you also have to play in Minnesota, but you have to play in Lambeau, the frozen tundra, and also in Chicago at Soldier Field. You're going to be playing in very cold climate, so you need to get yourself a formidable physical receiver. With the 7th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. With the 8th pick is the Carolina Panthers. As I said in the last video, Carolina has lost 7 one-possession games. They finished the season 5-11. If they would have won those games, they'll be 12-4. Think about that. The Carolina Panthers, they really, really want to get off of Teddy Bridgewater. They really do. There was some trade rumors potentially that Teddy was going to get traded to Houston for Deshaun and a couple more picks. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think the Carolina Panthers, I think they're in love with one of these quarterbacks. Now it's between Lance or Fields. I think they're in love with Trey Lance. I believe they are. With Carolina, they just really want to move out Teddy so badly. And they have an aggressive owner, and they have an aggressive head coach in Matt Rule. So with the 8th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. The Broncos are up next, and they are on the clock. The Denver Broncos, they have a quarterback that's available right there in Justin Fields. Will they take that route? I'm going to say no. I don't think they're going to go with Justin Fields. The reason why I don't think they're going to go with Justin Fields is because Vic Fangio is on the hot seat, and he cannot draft a quarterback just to worry about his position unless the GM does that. What I think they need to do is get somebody at linebacker. Their defense is what's going to carry them if they're ever going to make the playoffs. It has been ever since Peyton Manning's last year of his contract in Denver, purely based on defense. And I think they need help at the linebacker position. They got their corners already. They got Kyle Fuller, who Vic Fangio has coached in Chicago, and they got Ronald Darby as well. He came via free agency from the Washington Football Club. So Denver, they really need some help on their defense. And they need to get this linebacker that's the best linebacker in this draft class. So with the 9th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. The Dallas Cowboys are on the clock. And with this one, the Dallas Cowboys, they got their quarterback, they got their running back, they got their wide receiver, and they need a tight end. Now on their defense, they got their defensive end, they got defensive tackles, they got their linebackers, but they ain't got no corners. So what does Dallas need? Tight end, offensive line, and they need some corners. Well, how about this, Dallas? You need to take the best corner available, because since Byron Jones has been gone, you guys haven't been looking so well in the secondary. So, and plus with the addition with Dan Quinn, congratulations, you got a safety in Keanu Neal who can't stay healthy, and DeMonte Casey don't even let me bother talking about his name. The Dallas Cowboys, they do need help in that secondary. Dan Quinn is their defensive coordinator. He came from Atlanta. So with the 10th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Patrick Surtain II, defensive back, Alabama. We got a trade alert. The New England Patriots have traded to the 11th pick with the Giants. And the Giants, they have swapped first-round picks. And here are the trade details here. The Giants give the Patriots the 15, the 96, the 2022 first-round pick, and the 2022 fourth-round pick in exchange for the 11th pick. New England should trade up, select a quarterback, because here's the thing. If New England doesn't get this quarterback, the next one is Philly. And Philadelphia, I don't think they like Jalen Hurts. And they were thinking about trading up to that number 3 pick. But New England, they take a smart approach. They trade up with the Giants, and they get the 11th pick. The reason why I think this might could work, because who is the head coach of the Giants? Joe Judge, a former Patriot. Connection. Bill Belichick used to coach the New York Giants. Boom, connection. A lot of connections here tell me that New England should trade up, and then the Giants will still get their guy that they want later in the draft. But let's worry about New England. New England has another 11th pick, and they need quarterback help. They need running back help. They need defensive back help. They need linebacker help. They need all the help you can get. I think they want to trade up for a quarterback, because you don't give up a first-round pick next year and a fourth-round pick next year after that just to not pretty much select a linebacker or whoever. I think they take a quarterback here because they realize the quarterback draft next year is going to be complete and utter garbage. Let's give them a quarterback. Plays a little bit like Cam Newton, how mobile he is. And as I said, Ohio State quarterbacks need time to develop. Let him be your Alex Smith to Patrick Mahomes, I guess, and have him be your Drew Bledsoe to Tom Brady. So with the 11th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State. With the 12th pick is the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, they're pretty ticked off because they could have had Justin Fields fall to them, but now they don't. So they still want to build around Jalen Hurts. They need offensive line help, tight end help, wide receiver help. Now, I don't understand why they jumped down to 12, but I think they're trying to build around Hurts, or even says if Hurts is not that good, we can just kick it to the curb and get rid of him. But I think they should have stayed at 6 because eventually they could have got Kyle Pitts. They need wide receiver help. There's only one great wide receiver out of Alabama that's left, so you might as well take him and might as well utilize him to Jalen Hurts' benefit. The 12th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Alabama. The Chargers are next up on the clock, finish the season at 7-9. The Chargers are best roster in LA compared to the Rams. And I think that the Chargers, what they need to do is help in that secondary. Yes, Derwin James is coming back. Yes, you have a free safety that's good enough. But guess what? Casey Hayward is gone. You need to make that secondary younger and more available. So let's use the best player that you have available, which is a defensive back. Yes, Melvin Ingram is gone. He may come back. Yes, you need offensive tackle help. But wait, you got a whole bunch of offensive tackles and offensive linemen that you took from free agency. So let's give the Chargers some help defensively. With the Chargers, they need defensive back. And there's only 2 corners I see. Is it J.C. Horn or is it Caleb Farley? With the 13th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the LA Chargers select J.C. Horn, defensive back, South Carolina. The Minnesota Vikings are next. They finished 3rd in their division. Here's the issue. A lot of the defensive players either left in free agency or they opted out because of COVID or got injured. So they were a pretty much flawed defense. And now they bolster up the secondary Now they have Patrick Peterson, but see, the problem is Kirk Cousins needs time to throw. Okay, they need interior offensive line help and they need offensive tackle help. There's only one great player that is available here. Now, he was pretty much graded better than Penei Sewell, who got drafted on 5th in my mock draft. The Minnesota Vikings, you just can't pass this one up. Zimmer is going to get that defense better. I know he is. So let's just give the Vikings a good tackle. With the 14th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Rashad Slater, tackle, Northwestern. The 15th pick is the New York Giants. They just traded down New England in my mock draft. They need their guy to help Daniel Jones. Yes, they need an edge rusher. Yes, they need a tight end. I didn't see him trading up in my draft to get a tight end in Kyle Pitts. Yes, they need a wide receiver. Oh wait, no they don't. They have Kenny Golladay now. They need cornerback help. No wait, you got Adoree Jackson now. See, listen Giants, you did everything you can to make Daniel Jones' life better. And now you guys should be in playoff contention pretty much. Because you're in a subpar division. You gave Daniel Jones everything you want. You gave him a tight end. You pretty much gave him a wide receiver and Kenny Golladay. You gave him a corner on defense. And now they got their edge rusher back and Leonard Williams. They need to say, hey, this is a make or break year for Daniel Jones. And you just lost Kevin Zeitler about a month ago to the Ravens. They signed him. You just released him. With the 15th pick in 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Elijah Vera Tucker, guard, USC. The reason why I take Elijah Vera Tucker here is because he can move all around the offensive line. And I don't trust Andrew Thomas, and I don't trust Nate Solder ever on the offensive line. Will Hernandez, we'll see about that. With the 16th pick is the Arizona Cardinals. Finished the season 8-8, missed out on the playoffs. The Cardinals, after the loss of Patrick Peterson, it just makes too much sense that they need defensive back help. This corner has dropped in my mock draft because he opted out in the 2020 season. I think that the Cardinals, they do need help. Now, everybody says they could take a wide receiver here. No, they're going to be overdrafting. They take a wide receiver. You can take offensive tackle here. With the 16th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Caleb Farley, defensive back, Virginia Tech. Next is the Las Vegas Raiders. Everybody from the offensive line is gone. Now they need to help Carr now. Now they got rid of Gabe Jackson, Rodney Hudson, just pretty much build up the offensive line. Help Carr as much as possible. Carr is going to be pretty much scrambling all over the field if you do not protect him. And I know they signed Colton Miller to a 3 to 4 year contract. I think they need to shore up with an offensive lineman. This is just an offensive lineman pick. I can't see the Raiders taking anybody else except for offensive line. So with the 17th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Christian Darrisaw, tackle, Virginia Tech. The 18th pick is the Miami Dolphins. What's the problem with Miami? They do not have anybody that can hit home on the quarterbacks in their division. You have to deal with Josh Allen, now Zach Wilson, Cam Newton. In my mock draft, now you have to deal with Justin Fields. Mobile quarterbacks you have to deal with. They need to get to these players. And I think they need to get the best edge rusher in this draft. And you know about this edge rusher? Is that he don't even have to change area codes at all. Real, like right up the road. With the 18th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Gregory Rousseau, defensive end, Miami. With the 19th pick is the Washington Football Team. They missed out on their guy. They really wanted to trade it up, but I just couldn't see them trading up for Mac Jones all the way up at, 3? Or even the last quarterback selected at even 11 to see Justin Fields drop that far on my mock draft. Washington's in a pickle here. Now, they could take a quarterback and go after who? Kyle Trask, but that's you're overdrafting now. You're just overdrafting. See, the thing is that last year Thomas Davis was the captain of that team. Now he's gone. Let's give them the replacement of Thomas Davis. So there's a great linebacker out of Notre Dame, and I think that was what Ron Rivera loved. With the 19th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Washington Football Team select Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker, Notre Dame. With the 20th pick is the Chicago Bears. They got their QB1. His name is Andy Dalton, who is complete and utter garbage. Yay! I would draft the quarterback if you were Chicago. I wouldn't call him QB1. Chicago, you need a lot of help. You got to get a wide receiver here because Andy Dalton needs some people to throw to. Darnell Mooney is not the guy. Okay, let's be real. He's probably like the second or third best receiver on that team. And now Allen Robinson is potentially going to be gone. Let's give the Chicago Bears as much help as they need. So let's give them a wide receiver. It just makes too much sense. You can go defensive back here if you want to, but knowing how Matt Nagy is, they need to get their offense pieces together. With this 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota. With the 21st pick is the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts got their franchise player. The Colts, see, the thing about the Colts, they need defensive ends, but they need help on the offensive line. Quentin Nelson is a great player. He can play guard, he can play tackle. That's great. He can't play two positions at once. You need help on the offensive line. And we've seen Carson Wentz, when he has terrible offensive line, he has been playing very, very terrible. We've seen it in 2018 and 2019. He needs help, as much help as he can get. So this one just screams to me. It screams, take an offensive lineman here. The pieces just fit here. With the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tevin Jenkins, tackle, Oklahoma State. The Tennessee Titans are next on the clock. The Tennessee Titans, who have won their division, congratulations. They have a bit of a situation that they need to resolve, and it's secondary help. And they need help at wide receiver too. A.J. Brown is a great player, but he needs a little bit more wide receivers around him if he's going to be catching for 1,000 yards. And especially with that Tennessee secondary, got rid of Malcolm Butler, got rid of Adoree Jackson. Yeah, you need a lot of help, Tennessee. Let's just be real. You need a lot of help. So I'll give you some help. The 22nd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans will select Gregory Newsome, the second defensive back, Northwestern. The next is the Jets, and the Jets, second pick. Congratulations. Now it's time for Robert Saleh to get that defense into gear. They're not playing around. Who did the Niners draft? Well, now we're in the 2021 season, so 2 years ago. Who did the Niners draft with the second overall pick? Nick Bosa. They need defensive end help. This just makes too much sense. Yes, they can go offensive line here, but also I think Robert Saleh says, hey, I got our franchise guy. Can you do me a solid and give me a defensive end that I will love? So they say, yeah, no problem. Joe Douglas says, yeah, no problem. Robert Saleh, I got you. And I got you too, Jets, at the 23rd pick. With the 23rd pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Kwity Paye, defensive end, Michigan. With the 24th pick is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know in my last mock draft, I have you guys drafting a running back. That's not happening this time. Here's the problem. You have too many offensive line issues. Alejandro Villanueva's gone. Your center, he's gone too. So you need help as much as you can, Pittsburgh, on your offensive line. So there's only one guy I can see here that's fit for Pittsburgh. But this whole talk about we're going to get Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, we're going to get him in the first round, that's not happening. Because you can't run the ball if you have no offensive line. Let's help Pittsburgh out. Because Big Ben needs help. Because y'all don't feel like moving off Big Ben, which I don't understand. 37 now? Congratulations, Pittsburgh. Yeah, let's just help Pittsburgh out now. With the 24th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Samuel Cosmi, tackle, Texas. The Jacksonville Jaguars are next on the clock. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, see this, they got the franchise guy. Now they need help on that defense. They need defensive tackle help. They need pretty much safety help too. There's only one good safety that they can get. And I think I love this guy out of TCU. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, what they can do is pretty much get that defense back rolling, what they have in 2017. Okay, maybe it's probably break for a second. Maybe I should. The Jacksonville Jaguars have the 25th pick. And let's just give them the safety, please. Let's just give them a safety so they can help with Shaq Griffin, who they took from Seattle. Now he's back at home in Florida, played at Florida State. With the 25th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevon Moehrig-Woodard, safety, TCU. The Browns are next on the clock here, and with the Browns, they need defensive end help. And I think they're going to get out to Clowney, but knowing Clowney, knowing him, I think he might back out of Cleveland again. I think he might go somewhere else besides Cleveland. And Cleveland, let's just give him a defensive end because they were in the J.J. Watt discussion, but he eventually said hell no and wanted to go to Arizona. Let's give him a defensive end who had one hell of a year after transferring from UCLA with the 26th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The Cleveland Browns select Jalen Phillips, defensive end, Miami. With the 27th pick is the Baltimore Ravens. And everybody hasn't taken a wide receiver here. They need help on their defensive end. They lost Matt Judon to the Patriots. Yes, they have Titus Bowser. That's great. But you still need help to hit home on these quarterbacks. You have Baker with the Cleveland Browns. They have a good offensive line. You have Burrow. They're going to get an offensive tackle. You still need to get the home with these quarterbacks. Keep the score low so Lamar Jackson can run the ball. And he can run the ball and keep the game close. And with his legs, run the ball, keep the clock going, and play defensive football. That's what the Ravens are built to. With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Azeez Ojulari, defensive end, Georgia. Well, the 28th pick is the Saints. Drew Brees is gone. I'm shedding a tear. It's on the inside. They need a lot of help. Jameis Winston, congratulations. You are officially going to be their temporary quarterback who could potentially become a franchise quarterback. He needs some help. They need a lot of key pieces. Defensive back, wide receiver, even defensive line. They need help. So let's just give the Saints some help here. Let's give Winston some help. Besides Michael Thomas, there ain't no good players here. With the 28th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida. Next is Green Bay. I went to the comments section. Somebody rebutted against me by picking Fedi Malafanu. I agree with you. I think the Packers need defensive back help. I picked the wrong defensive back. It just makes too much sense here. The Packers, after that loss to Tampa Bay, after seeing Kevin King give up, 500 touchdowns to Scotty Miller. They need a lot of help. So let's give the Packers some help here. With the 29th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Asante Samuel Jr., defensive back, Florida State. The Packers need a lot of help in the secondary after Kevin King gave up 5,000 touchdowns to Scotty Miller. Next is the Buffalo Bills. They need some help on defensive end. Let's be real. It's been very difficult for Buffalo. They're a very good offense. The defense couldn't step up. We saw it against Kansas City. They were up 9-0, and then Kansas City came back and stormed back and scored 38 points. They need defensive end. If they're going to play Patrick Mahomes again in the AFC Championship, they need somebody that can hit home on Patrick Mahomes. If anybody's coming at him in which way, he's going to struggle. We've seen Patrick Mahomes struggle against good defensive ends. So let's get Buffalo a defensive end, because this is going to be the last time they're going to lose in the AFC Championship and not make the Super Bowl. With the 30th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Jason Owe, defensive end, Penn State. With the 31st pick is the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs, who lost 9-31 in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe that they were healthy. If everybody was healthy in Kansas City, everybody had back on Kansas City, I think that game would have been closer than 22-point blowout. But the Chiefs, they need offensive line help. Yes, you got Joe Thuney from the Patriots. Yes, you're building around Patrick Mahomes. I give you great props there. Guess what? You're missing a center. You just let go of your right tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. You need somebody to replace Eric Fisher, because you have everybody bum rushing you right on the side. And how would it feel if Von Miller comes at the left side and goes through Patrick Mahomes, and he could have a Joe Theismann injury or a Joe Burrow injury or Alex Smith injury? Let's be real. So let's give him some help here. With the 31st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Jalen Mayfield, tackle, Michigan. And the last pick of the first round, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. And on Tampa Bay, they brought all their key pieces back. They're going to run it back. Bruce Arians getting a tattoo of the Super Bowl 55, 9-31, pounding our chest. Good job, Buccaneers. Guess what? We're drafting depth for you guys. You guys need help at depth. You solved all your positions. Is Antonio Brown going to come back to the Tampa Bay? Who knows? Let's give the Buccaneers credit. You want a fair game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they need defensive line help. Ndamukong Suh only has a 1-year contract. And there's only 2 great players out of the University of Washington. Now I can see him going to Tampa. But there's only one is better than the other. With the 32nd pick and the final pick of my mock draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Levi Ozareke, defensive lineman, University of Washington. And that is it for my mock draft. So here's the first half of the draft. I won't be surprised if Atlanta trades down. That's just me. I won't be surprised if Atlanta trades down. I won't be surprised if the Lions trade down, because a lot of teams need quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver takes a quarterback. I'm just thinking about Vic Fangio's hot seat. The Patriots, they trade up for a quarterback. I think they want Justin Fields. They were kicking around the tires on Justin Fields. Bill Belichick didn't look very impressed at Mac Jones' pro day. He overthrew a wide receiver and immediately shook his head and said, "I'm done." That's why he's going to the Niners. A little bit Jimmy G action in there. And then here's the second half of 17 through 32. I want to thank you guys for watching No Off-Season Media. It's been great for kicking it, you know. Gotta keep the cat channel growing. I love me some football and I love me some mock drafts. I'll be having me a mock draft 3.0. Maybe after Kevin King keeps giving up 5,000 touchdowns to Scotty Miller or Antonio Brown. Who knows? That's it for you for today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I always love checking the comment section. Love having my little talks and debates about who I place for their favorite team. And this is ImariSports from No Off-Season Media, and I'm signing out. Peace.
Ain't no off season.